So both of you have been spoken to by Hypnotics before with Hibiscus, not too long ago, last year, but amid lockdown via Zoom. So it's nice to see you in person. How exciting. Obviously, you've been keeping yourselves busy. So tell us about what you've got going on at the moment.
Well, kind of all sorts, really. I mean, just at the end of lockdown, we kind of were both producing a lot of music individually, and we kind of wanted to get something going in a collaborative sense. So kind of like already had Nymphae, I suppose, was sort of like in the background, more making beats to send out to a few rappers and stuff, but kind of just confirmed it a little bit and made it like a duo in terms of like production.
Yeah. Who are you sending stuff out to?
I think like Ricardo.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, of course. Yeah. So K. Collier.
Yeah, and then was there anyone else?
I've sent it to a mate of mine in Portugal. I think that's about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just enough
just
to
casual.
Get the ball rolling. Inspiration is enough.
That's it.
Yeah, totally. Well, we're excited to have you, and Nymphae has a mad, what would the word be, like reputation, but a mad reputation, especially because of the whole event side of the situation that you guys have got going on.
There's a difference between making beats together and creating this whole concept of like running events and hyping it up and having all this awesome graphic design to go along with it. So what, like, was that the plan all along? Did you get together and sit down and be like, okay, this is what we're going to do? Or did you have an idea of what was going to happen? Yeah,
I mean, it sort of kind of came together in steps, I guess. Like, we decided we wanted to kind of produce as a duo and, like, make music together. And then kind of just, like, a little bit later, we were, just fantasizing and having, like, long-term dreams and all this stuff. And we were trying to think about, like, what else can we kind of do to kind of add to the project and kind of like emphasize it and get some more traction in other ways. And we're just thinking about the fact that the scene up here, like for rap and especially for electronic, has been kind of like suffering a bit, like even like definitely because of COVID, but as well just because of the gear and shutting down and not that many venues kind of have a space for it.
Totally.
So we're like, look, it'd be really cool to like be able to give people a space to see that in the mountains and kind of like run our own shows and be able to curate the sound and kind of do all that. And
what drew you to the community centre in Blackheath?
That was Sai.
Yeah, I think Sai found that place actually.
Yeah, it's a good spot. Like I've been to a wedding there before, which was raucous because it's just big and empty, and the stage is massive, and like it's a little community centre, but like you can get loose in a community centre.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Honestly, like the vibe.
So come to the second one.
Yeah. Well, like
1st of May.
May 1st.
Straight up, man. Like the first one had such a like notorious vibe about it. Like, tell us about that vibe. Give me a highlight reel to the day.
Do you want to take the reins on that?
Yeah. I mean, we were expecting a few people, but not as many as turned up in the end. And the vibe was real. I think people were like just missing having a boogie. And as soon as when like Glenview Collective were on, and I just got in the mosh. I just walked into the crowd, and people
100%.
were just vibing, dancing, and just getting sweaty and amongst it. And I got amongst it too. Someone picked me up and got me crowd surfing. I was like,
fuck yeah! Yes,
so
I've
much
heard a
fun.
few crowd surfing stories from there. I'm choking on something in my throat right now.
Joe, cut!
Nice. Dude, okay, so who'd you have for the first one? You had like Glenview Collective, K. Collier, there was so many. Promise
as well,
Dude, what a like cool mix of folks.
It was
hey,
a really cool lineup.
I am especially a mad fan of St. Bedlam, who are also interviewing this issue. So that was like, I was so jealous about that. Please, can you have her on again? Because I want to come to the next
She's
one.
great.
She just put out a really cool new track.
Oh my god,
Wazowski,
Wazowski,
actually.
dude.
We got to
It's
listen
so
to it
good.
while we were
interviewing
her.
Oh,
We got
the
the
sneak preview.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bit exciting.
we've got a warehouse party lined up in Sydney for the week after the second takeover.
Amazing.
And Glenview are going to be there again.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's close for me to get to.
Yeah.
Yes.
St. Peter's.
St. Peter's area.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay,
Alexandria.
cool. Dude.
You know Yuli's Brew? Close to it.
Yeah.
Like a little brewery kind of.
Yeah.
Industrial.
I don't know. I'll have to check it out. But mad though, like spreading out already down to the city, dude.
That's it. Yeah,
so quick. Like the projection of this project. How far do you want to take it?
To the moon if we
Yeah,
can.
yeah, fully.
Hopefully we
Why
can
not?
put like a pair of decks on, you know, Elon Musk's next rocket to Mars.
Fuck,
And
yeah.
pump some sets on another planet, you know.
You heard it here first, Elon.
Yeah, that's
We
it.
need you.
Tesla, shout out.
We need you.
Dude,
We'll
yeah.
curate a elevator music playlist for the space
space.
resort.
Space elevator, yeah.
We've got number 2 coming up. You guys are just fucking on fire, doing everything. Who's number 2 again? We've got, who knows, Massive. That's
Yeah,
exciting. Who else is it?
Leatrix.
Leatrix, Massive,
Yeah,
heaps
yeah.
exciting. What the fuck?
Yeah, that was
What
a
the
very,
fuck?
very cool one. to
Heritage
kinda go
listed.
through,
Yeah.
yeah.
Homie heritage listed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
a good friend of ours, yeah, is gonna
Dude.
play as well, yeah.
That's so cute. That's so sick. You got a mad selection. Like, absolutely killing it. And where is this one being held in Blackheath as well?
Same place, yeah.
Okay, 6.
Cool.
And then we're moving out to the city number 3. It will be Nymphae Takeover number 3 a week after, or it's something different?
So
No,
it'll be like a different kind of titled event, sort of
Okay.
just like presented by Nymphae Takeover
Nice,
kind of thing. And
nice.
I think like the Nymphae Takeover sort of like title events will just be the Blue
The
Mountains
yeah,
ones and
cool.
like keep that kind of, you know,
That's
The
vibe.
home
nice.
ground sort of
I really
thing.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we actually get to, well, not hopefully, it will happen at some point soon. We'll actually get to take a club and do a proper takeover of a
Whoa.
club.
Man,
Wow.
that'd be so
That'd be
cool.
cool.
Like a
That'd be
full
very
day
cool.
situation, or like you just want to hone in there in the nighttime, get loose,
Yeah.
get out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Mad.
Take over a sweaty pit and
Yeah.
fill it with sound and
The idea is like
Yeah.
also to, sorry to interrupt
No,
you,
no.
but like to try and because it's kind of, I'm not gonna say there's scarcity of artists in the genre we seek to be producing in, because there's a couple, but I think the hip hop, trying to bring hip hop acts along with the style of electronica we want to curate. Even dubstep kind of Tentera works, but more on that heavy trap
Yeah.
vibes. I think it works well with hip hop
100%,
groups. So
for
we want
sure.
to try and like continue to make that marriage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. It's a
Yeah.
really good like sway of an evening, having both of those kind of merging together in there. Yeah, perfect. Especially up here, and the community loves that.
Mm.
Totally,
So
yeah.
You're definitely doing a good service, bringing some stuff back.
Definitely.
For sure.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to take it away?
I really want to know, and I think a lot of people want to know, are you guys in charge of everything? Are you doing the graphics and the visuals and everything yourselves, or are you outsourcing? Who's
do
the
we
magical,
pretty much do
amazing-
everything, yeah.
Who's got the incredible skill with the, like, what is it? The friggin', what shape is it? Diamond shape? Like your
Oh, the,
flowers
like,
with the,
How it all goes in.
flower.
your
Oh,
branding. I'm
yeah,
trying to say
yeah,
your
yeah.
branding.
Aiden.
It's a
Really?
bit
Yeah,
of a
it's
collaborative effort.
it's a back and forth. We
Yeah,
just got
yeah.
a new phone, and we play around with plugins and whatever, and apps that allow you to create some interesting, juicy visuals.
Yeah.
We
it's-
also just have magazines with like old mountains actually.
like garden magazines and stuff.
Fuck
So
yeah.
we go and like
Get
take,
like the pictures
That
from
is
that
so
and
That
then
is
kind of
really-
collage and work with it.
yeah.
I
But
love it.
yeah.
Multi-talented. It really works. Like, it
Thank you.
really... I don't usually... Like, I do take notice, but I don't take heaps of notice of the posters that are up around town, but the Nymphae ones I take heaps of
Yeah.
notice of, because I'm like, that looks so
Thank
professional.
Oh, they're mad.
What is that?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
really-
Going to that.
I think they really visually explain and like harness the style of the whole thing as well. Like it's very good marketing.
Thank
Fuck
you.
that.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
it's very good.
I'm actually so impressed by that you guys do it all. Essentially, do it all yourselves. Like that
Thank
is-
you.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, getting an iPhone kind of as the sort of like camera / like initial editing suite was
Yeah.
actually really handy because
Totally.
like I used to use this kind of like rip-off version of Photoshop called GIMP, funnily enough.
Uh,
you know it. Yeah, and like, oh man, doing like edits on that, it's like, it's great for freeware, but you know, it takes
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hours to get just like little things done,
Small
especially when
shit.
you're just cutting like, you know, some kind of focus element out of a bigger image.
Yeah.
And you gotta
Yeah.
go like,
Totally.
but then like, I don't know, there's so many great apps and like plugins and stuff that you can get these days that just make it like a lot easier, and you can kind of be a bit more creative because it takes less time to do the kind of more menial stuff, I suppose.
Totally,
Yeah, this is
100%. In terms of that as well, like you guys were reading the Happy Mag interview, and you guys were saying that a large part of your focus is creating tracks that give people if they want to move, you want to shake venues, you want to do that sort of stuff. What do you essentially see as like that sort of creative? Do you ever sacrifice your like personal creative in order to better kind of promote the ideals of the audience member? Are you ever? Do you know what I mean? Am I making sense?
I feel like we in terms like our plan for releases, we want to be able to also as like creating like sonically interesting music that's that might be a little bit more alienating to certain crowds.
Yeah.
We also want to have tracks that have more like pop nuances to them, and they can like apply to a more general audience.
Yeah. Okay,
And we take them almost as like they're like good PR. They're good moments to like to cross promote as well. Like getting like some feature artists that can promote on their page as well as we can promote it on our side. That way we can grow like organic reach, I suppose, and
kind of like collaborative nature of it. Yeah.
And by being a bit more pop, like from having more pop nuances to our sound with those certain collaborations, then we perhaps can like get like reach out to a more like broad audience.
Totally, yeah.
We definitely still try to kind of retain sort of an element of our sound there, and like
your
have,
personal
like we wouldn't make a track that we don't actually like or that we don't enjoy listening to, but I guess there's sort of like the two sides of it of creating something that's a little bit, I suppose, more like radio applicable, but still like with a focus on kind of some soul or some kind of grit to it.
That
and
balance.
then and then more like instrumental stuff, which is kind of just like
we'll never put out a Jason Derulo track.
Who would you love to, like, you've had Andy, obviously amazing vocalist, super sick, lays it down, so easy. Who else in terms of vocalists, or maybe just other like traditional instruments? Matea, amazing,
really cool,
yes,
definitely love to get her on a track.
That would be incredible. Come on, Matea.
Thank you. Please. Would love to. Be honored to. Humbled to.
I can't really think of like any
Anderson .Paak.
Look,
if we're going to go there,
definitely.
If we're going to go internationally, go far.
That's it. But I think largely it's kind of just like another element of running the events that's really cool is kind of networking and meeting these musicians that we kind of like want to bring onto the lineups, and then get to like kind of have the opportunity to potentially collaborate with them and actually like making music together as well after that.
Totally.
So I think a lot of it kind of just
Promise.
comes really
We'd
from...
love to make music with Promise.
Exactly.
That might happen.
Yeah.
Send a couple of beats his way, and Kay Collier. We might like tee that one up. Kay Collier and Promise on the track.
Full suit.
With Nymphae. That would be great.
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah.
Your
we sent
options
some
are
stuff
endless.
to Glenview as well. They didn't send a beat to Glenview, so that might hopefully that happens too.
Yeah, dude. Heaps of stuff lined up, man. That's so sick.
Yeah.
You want to know a little bit about your individual music stories? Like, where you started, separate from one another, how you found each other, all that kind of stuff. So start with Aidan.
Sure, okay. We originally actually met just really randomly, like in Camperdown Park, actually, if you know it, in Newtown. And I just like happened to go there. I was like meeting up with a couple friends of mine, and Ricardo just like happened to be there with a friend of mine at the time. And then we just started hanging out. I like distinctly remember listening to like Killing in the Name of by Rage Against the Machine off like my shitty little Yui boom, and just both being there like, fuck yeah, this is like so good. You were obviously like pretty drunk as well.
How long ago was this?
That would have been like
4 years ago.
I think it was even longer, man.
Yeah,
like,
5.
Probably like 5. Time flies. Like,
it does.
It's been a while,
especially pandemic time.
That's it. And then after that we kind of were like, we should have a jam together. We were talking about music and ended up kind of having some jams at like my parents' place where I was living at the time. And then like the band kind of came together, but at the same time, like for me personally, I kind of started producing music in English class in high school. Just like making little garage band beats with this friend of mine, just like some dumb little,
just in the back of the class.
You kind of get the work done, and then you're just like, cook up.
Apologize to your teacher right now.
I'm sorry. I swear I was taking it seriously.
Was that like all through high school or starts year 7?
It was probably around like year 10 that I kind of started doing that. And then from there I kind of just fell in love with it basically. Managed to get a crack of Logic, sorry Apple,
Fuck 'em.
Off my dad's computer. I have the legit one now. It's cool.
Did you hear that?
And then just like started kind of experimenting and with like making sounds and like the ES2 synth, which is like one of the stock synthesizers with Logic, and then kind of just I guess experimenting a lot and trying to find what I liked and what kind of sounds I wanted to use, and sort of like being inspired a lot by a lot of like trap music that I was listening to, artists like Mr. Carmack and definitely like Sam Galatry.
The man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Sam G.
Yeah.
God.
Do yourselves a favor watching. Go and check out his music.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
anyone's-
definitely.
whomever's-
If anyone's listening to this, anybody is
whomever
listening.
Sam
One,
Galatry.
my mom. Hey, mom. Like, go check it out.
One person.
Yeah, yeah.
I sent it to my mum. She was really keen. She was really into
For
it.
mums too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like,
For
That's it.
mums too. Mum
Yeah.
yeah, mum appropriate music we love. Alright, what about you,
Oh,
Ricardo?
I've been producing, well, just into music for a while in general. But if the question concerns more to where we landed today in terms of like just music, like electronic music production,
Just in general?
I've been doing it for like 9 years,
Whoa,
10 years. Still have tracks on YouTube.
Ah,
It's like
alright.
I got
banging
my
drum and
very
bass.
first drum and bass
Nice.
track, which was my ever first electronic music thing that I put out. Yeah, I was like mad into drum and bass. I used to spend a lot of time in Belgium because I have a family there, and there was a place called, also you can get into clubs when you're 16 there.
Cool.
So I was going like to
Party.
drum and bass parties there when I was like 16, 15.
Wow.
Sometimes you can get in because they don't ask you for like ID and whatnot. But yeah, you know, take your first fill, go and listen to fucking drum and bass. It's
Nice.
just, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I do not condemn the use though. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, good. I got really into just styles like dubstep, drum and bass, especially drum and bass. I was like big
Yeah.
drum and bass head for a while, and then when I was in Portugal, I started collaborating with a friend of mine. We started a group called Virus,
Dope.
and we were playing
Foreshadowing, but cool.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
Totally.
yeah, true. We used to make but it was more on the hardcore crossbreed styles. You know, I don't know if you guys know Therapy Sessions, but Therapy Sessions is a massive anyway, fuck, I'm going well
Do it. That's what we're here
massive
for.
drum and bass parties, and we used to go to them, and we eventually got the opportunity to play a couple of parties. He's still very involved in the scene and still doing his thing as Virus, and he has another name called RZ VetX,
Yeah.
which is like Virus, like the other way around.
Yeah, right.
So he's still doing things, still playing around. I'm still in contact with them as well.
Yeah.
But that was my first
Another
like
collab.
collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like making music together, playing
Sick.
parties. Eventually, I came to Australia, and I kind of had I really wanted to make a living off of being a producer. But I've also been playing guitar and like other instruments
Yeah.
for a while, and then I met Aidan. We got jamming at his place. And we used to show each other some stuff that we were like making
Yeah.
on the laptop as well. We didn't make anything serious of it, but we started the band, and the plan of like becoming a producer kind of like set
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
background. But
More
I
of
was
the
setting
traditional music.
I've set a party like when I was 15, 14, like with that mate of mine. I don't know, like the idea or the idea of trying to make a living off of this has been there for a while.
Yeah.
While.
Yeah, totally.
And now it's like kind of like gaining like some
Happening.
serious. It's
Yeah.
like yeah,
To
it's very
fruition,
serious.
Yeah,
now.
it takes so much time, so much effort, you know. It's a worthwhile endeavour.
Totally.
Lots
You
of
know?
sifting through ideas and trial and error and does this
Mhm.
work, does this work? Should I really put all my energy into it? No. Yes. Yeah.
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 No, it's very serious. Yeah.
Is anyone classically trained? In anything?
No.
That's
No.
so impressive.
fucking
Some of the best
sick.
musicians aren't, you know what I mean? That's mad. It's even more like a testament to your,
Yeah.
you know.
We're classical DIY fellas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
classical
It's,
DIY.
It's like
Classically trained in surfing through YouTube tutorials.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yes.
That's
That
how you
is a
learn
lot.
how to produce.
That's such a common way of like learning arts and music
Yeah,
these
yeah.
days.
Mm.
There's so much
Tutorials.
stuff out there. It's like it's
Yeah.
actually crazy what you can learn
100%.
just online.
You truly can.
When
Yeah,
did you guys move to the mountains from Sydney?
That was like
Did you move up together?
yeah.
Yeah.
For hibiscus.
Yeah. Kind of moved
What
up
was
sort of with
that?
the band in mind, and then ended up recording our first album in this tiny little kind of shithole in Boulevarre we were living in.
Hey, it
Yeah.
wasn't
I
that bad.
liked that hat.
There's been
I think the backyard was like the best feature of the house.
It was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was a nice
It was a
backyard.
there's been
Yeah.
2 albums that came out of that place.
That's true.
Hibiscus
yeah.
Biscuit and Andy's tiny album.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
amazing. I
Recorded
didn't realize that was
there.
recorded there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
wow. Dude.
So for a tiny
Famous
shack.
house.
Oh, and Nymphae. The idea of Nymphae was
Was born
born
there.
there.
Yeah, so it's
Because
not so bad.
The beginnings of it.
I was
Cool,
cutting
cool.
through a magazine, and I found this girl's face, and then like a bunch of flowers that were nymphaes, and like it said like Nymphae, and I just collaged like some flowers on top of her head, and then on her eyes Nymphae, and I was just showing it to Aidan, and he's like, oh, that's really cool. let's call that big project Nymphae, and that's kind of how the name arrived.
I was wondering
Yeah,
about that because I googled that today. And did you guys know that Nymphae is Latin for labia minora?
Yes.
You did know that,
Yeah.
and you stuck with it anyway.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, I
mean,
love
it's a
that.
slightly different spelling, but
Yeah, it's like
we'll
it-
take it.
I think it's close though. It's like because the plural, like nympha, and then the
Yeah,
plural
yeah,
nymphae. So like one flap, nympha. Two flaps, nymphae.
Aye, so two flaps,
flaps.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry to tell you guys that.
No.
I didn't break the ice though. I was wondering if you guys already had googled that.
But no, it's kind of cool because there's actually like a lot of sort of like messagery in the word as well. Like
Yeah.
it was also, I mean, it's the water lily, which was actually like sacred to the ancient Egyptians as well.
Yeah.
Because it kind of like symbolized like struggle and then like life, I guess. Because it was kind of like
through the mud.
exactly it like comes up through the mud and it like worms its way up through the water and mud and then reaches the sun at the top and like blooms into a flower. So
Yeah.
we're kind of like, that's really cool.
Mother
as well.
Nature, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of these beautiful sort of meanings. You guys are very like, all the plants, the flowers, all that sort of stuff in graphic design.
It definitely
Nice
seems to be a
symbology,
theme
good
of ours.
themes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how could it not be? You're making music in the Blue Mountains. Like,
Yeah,
fuck's sake.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're inspired by what's around you.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
be concerned if it was all just like brick. And,
And
are
yeah.
they okay? Is everything alright? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Super chill.
Yeah, you guys like pushed all these questions
Yeah,
we had
we
into
had
like
to
one
get that.
answer. I was like,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's alright.
You get us going. Like, we're like one of those little like monkey toys that
Yeah,
you want to.
yeah.
I guess like really the only thing I wanted to maybe like expand a bit further to is just like how taking the effort to create event spaces like really just benefits the community and how how hard it's been for the mountains in the last especially couple of years with venues with fucking natural disasters, all that sort of shit. And just like about like what it means to you guys to support a community like this, especially as like outsiders to the community. Why did you pick this spot and what is it that is making you take all that effort to like help the place out? Thank you.
Hey, look, like I don't know. I think in terms of the events, like and kind of helping the community in that way, it seemed like a necessity in a sense. It was like
we
we really like the
party,
music.
so we're helping
Yeah.
ourselves.
Exactly. We're
Someone's
helping
selfish.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. Not that altruistic.
Yeah. So it's
fair,
like love to party as well, and then we're kind of like it is a bit of a rough go if you want to watch the music in the mountains.
Yeah.
Because you kind of have to like go down to Sydney, and then it's like do people have a place to stay? You gotta wait for the train at 4, like blah blah blah. It's kind of all that surrounding thing. We kind of just like really wanted to have a space for that up here, and because a lot of people up here are like definitely into the music and want to go out and
100%.
fucking get loose. So and then just like I think as well we kind of had it in our minds of like what it would kind of be like to have those really good vibes and create a space where everyone can just enjoy themselves. But definitely after the first event, that was just like so cool. Like everybody just having such a good time and seeing everyone like smiling and coming up and being like, that was so great. It was like
I
it
saw
kind
some
of like
footage from
seriously
that bus
made it.
back.
Yeah,
that bloody bus ride that you
Oh
guys
really?
like. I saw
I
some
heard
footage from
that went off. We
really?
Yeah.
I was
I
hearing
haven't
from
seen
You
someone.
guys weren't on the bus?
No, we kind of
Apparently
just
it went
sent
off.
it on its
Yeah.
way, and then. But I heard from someone who was like, "That bus was like a party bus." And I'm like,
Really?
oh shit!
I
Like maybe
heard-
I should call the coach guy and be like, "Hey man, was it all good?"
Are you okay?
You seem
Yeah,
pretty.
yeah.
nice to you.
No, he's
Happy to
lovely
keep-
actually. The guy that
keep-
runs that.
Yeah,
Nero Fire
mad.
Bus and Coach. If you ever need a coach, so.
I mean, that's sort of it, really. You dudes
cool.
covered it. You know what you're on about. You know
Is there
what-
anything that you guys wanted to
Wanna say,
express
wanna express?
particularly?
Um,
No pressure, just like
Apart
putting it
from
out
just like come to the next event.
Yeah. First
Cool.
of May.
Tell us
yeah,
again,
Cut
details.
stress.
Yeah. So
So-
yeah, 1st of May, Leatrix, who knows, us, heritage listed, good times.
Yeah.
Where can people
That's it.
find their
Big.
tickets? Where can they find?
So
Website.
up on our website, we've got
Sick.
we have a little link tree in our Instagram bio as well, so it's kind of got all the
Amazing.
links there. But otherwise, you can just tippity tap nymphaetakeover.com and
Yeah.
Goddamn website.
Yeah.
So
Big.
professional.
Who knows?
Massive.
Fucking massive.
Massive.
Leatrix,
Massive. Like,
and the boys from up here as well. So it's a comeback
Massive.
show. So like no
Yeah,
excuse.
yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
come see like Ethan play. It's his
100%.
name.
Yeah, okay,
Beatrix,
yeah, cool.
heritage listed,
Yeah.
like in our hearts. Big
Yeah.
homie, he's gonna play the funkiest tunes
I'm
ever.
excited.
Nymphae
Yeah,
DJ
yeah.
set's gonna be fucking slapper after
Fuck
slapper.
yeah.
We're gonna rinse the place. So just
Rinse the
seriously,
place!
you have to come.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
love
I'm
it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
we
so
literally,
going.
Yeah.
literally might have to rinse
Sorry.
the place. No, that's all good.
Oh.
The first time it was like ridiculously sweaty in there.
sticky and stuff.
Yeah,
all
it was
over
like
the ground.
everyone was sweating, and then I only realized when someone pointed it out to me at the end. They were like, "Dude, the room is sweating." I looked at the walls; it's just like
condensation.
dripping.
Oh,
I was like,
That is
"Oh."
kind of disgusting.
It's
gotta
gross, but
say.
also like that's what
Honourable?
you want.
Yeah, like
No,
To
it's
boil
a sign
it.
for
it
a
sort of made me
night.
feel a bit of pride. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, like
Yeah.
you squeeze you that sweat until you'll
Yeah.
probably keep it forever.
Yeah,
you
I've
know?
still got the cup in my
Yeah.
bedroom.
Yeah.
It's a memento.
In
now.
jazz, Nymphae one.
Dude, like
That's a good
I'm
one.
gonna start like pickling things in like the sweat juice.
yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you
so
guys
much.
so much for
Thank you
having
so
us.
much.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
us
for
in your
having
house
No,
and
no, not at all.
in this
You guys are
beautiful
awesome.
veranda.
Yeah, perfect day for it, hey?
Yeah,
Yes,
perfect
very
day
nice.
for us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Good
Not
spot
to
as
overuse
well.
a cliche, but day for it. Yeah.
Day for
Day
it.
for it.
Yeah.
Day for it.
Mad.
It's wholesome. All right, well, peace out. Peace out.
Peace, peace.
Bye. See y'all.
Bye.